Hello, and welcome to this week's Believe Retreat Online. We're going to be talking about networking for creatives, especially if you're introverted or shy. We've got a lot to share, and let's get it rolling. Believe Retreat. Come join us. You'll catch us here every week at 4:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 p.m. that is. Who you see next to me is Francine Julien. She is an author, children's books, an event facilitator, a transformative coach, inner child expert. And then you see Heidi Aderman. She is the coach who rocks. She's an opportunity igniter. She brings out the best, powerful, top performance. She specializes in musicians, but her techniques will help everyone to up level in life in every way. Heidi's going to lead us into a wonderful mindfulness exercise. We're going to take a deep breath and detach from all the craziness out there so we can come together in this creative zone. Heidi, take us away with the fractal.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for that intro, Joanna. Here's the fractal. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to just forget about anything else that was going on today that's stressing you out, whatever. Maybe you don't even realize that something's been stressing you out. All we're going to do is we're going to focus on this image for 2 minutes. Now, if you were doing this exercise on your own, you would probably do this in your head. But just to make it a little bit more entertaining and to kind of show you, what's going on in our heads while we look at this image, is we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. And there's one other rule. If you catch yourself thinking about something earlier today, what you're going to cook for dinner later, whatever, just bring your attention back to the image. It's only 2 minutes, and this slight interruption in the way that you've been thinking is going to go a really long way. So, you guys ready for the exercise?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I'm going to set the timer at 2 minutes. And while I do that, everybody take a nice deep breath. Oh, yeah, it feels good. And breathe out nice and slow. Take another deep breath in and really start to look at this image. What kind of things do you notice when you look at this image at first? Joanna, what's the first thing you notice when you're looking at this?
The leaves of this succulent seem to have a texture that makes me want to touch it. Is there a little
Yeah.
fuzz? I like the fuzz.
And you know what else I have to say about this? The first thing I noticed, this is the whole reason I picked out this picture, because I'm thinking about Christmas cookies. Don't the leaves kind of look like dough? Like maybe
Yes.
like some of those Christmas cookies like your great aunt used to make or something. Anyway, that was the first thing I noticed. Francine, what do you notice?
First thing I notice is some of the leaves look like they have little water drops on them.
Oh yeah. I definitely did not notice that at first. When you guys like look even deeper on the image, what else do you guys notice? Joanna.
I love the pattern of how we have the little teeny weeny bud of a leaf. And then as we go out, they get larger, larger, and more unfurled until the rear leaves are perfectly flat and open. So I like that feeling that I can start in the middle and I can open up and unfurl just like this plant.
All right. That was excellent. That was 2 minutes. And that is all it takes to reset the way that your survival brain might be thinking in the moment and unlock your creative brain. And that's why we're here, is to get a little bit of different perspective. Let's be creative on how we could be creative, shall we? Um,
Yes.
and today we're talking about networking. And so I know that when actually I didn't really find out about how people really network besides social media until I think I was 38, 36, somewhere around there, 30s. So my first question is for Francine, because she's been around the networking world for a while. How did you find out about networking? And then where did you network? And where do you network now?
Well, I found out about networking through Toastmasters, and I didn't understand that this communication and leadership program is nothing more than networking because you're out there, you're meeting people, and it's what I like to call building social capital. You're getting to know people, and then as people get to know you, they're making connections with other people who it's good for you to meet. And now I network everywhere I go. When I first was introduced to networking, I thought it was about selling. I thought it was about going to an event and selling your stuff. When I learned that it wasn't about selling at all, it was about getting to know people and building that social capital, that's when my whole life changed to the point that I became a children's book author because of networking. I was stuck because my old publisher wasn't doing their job. And I was networking, getting on podcasts, talking about the book that my old publisher wasn't promoting properly. And then during a podcast, the guy said, "Well, you need to meet my publisher." There's the networking connection. And now that publisher is my publisher who published my first children's book. So that's how it works. Somebody introduced me to the guy who introduced me to my publisher.
I love that.
Mhm.
You
And
got with
that,
the
ladies
right
and
people.
gentlemen, is all in who you know. It's not who you
Yes,
know, it's who the dude
there's
you know
who
knows,
you
and
know.
maybe the dude that he knows and knows. Yeah.
That's
Who
right.
they know. Yes. It was networking that brought me to this show today, to the Believe Retreat. During the pandemic, when I knew that I wanted a creative coaching business to help inspire imagination in adults and support them with their creative and artistic expression, I joined Happy Neighborhood Project, an international project on happiness and using networking, relationship building, and business building as a way for everyone to grow and increase their happiness. It was through there that I met a gentleman who brings people together. It was John Javier. He connected me to the Essential Academy, which was an online platform for experts who want to share with adult learners, Natan Verkovsky. And there was Heidi with her fabulous methods of gamifying our our business growth and networking. And I love games. I love points. Her achieve bet, win win. That's where I met Heidi. She helped to coach me and to be my accountability partner with my music, with my performances, my shows, my networking game. And then here we are. We're hosting an online retreat every week. We have a community online where you can join us every day. And of course, we're doing big things in Jacksonville, Florida, live and in person. That's networking. One person introduces you to another until you click. When you click, that means you can build, just like Legos click together so you can build something bigger and better. And I have to mention BNI, Business Networking International, because I created a business to business product so that I have something to share with businesses. And I'm collaborating with my first BNI member connection for an event at her salon and spa in the month of July of next year. An exciting 5-dimensional creative experience in her setting that helps get more customers, people to pay attention to their beauty and well-being. It's a win-win because we're collaborating. That's what networking is really all about. So know who you are and what you have to offer and how to share and bring value to others. You network, you collaborate, and you create bigger and better things.
I love that you said that. It's bringing value to others. And as you bring value to them, they're going to have to reciprocate and bring value to you.
Yeah. It's natural,
So,
organic. Yeah.
Francine, let me ask you this. What's your biggest challenge in building your network? There's a lot of people out there to meet. So how do you figure that out?
I'll tell you, my biggest challenge is not being assertive enough. I think I could just go out there and be myself, and everyone's going to know what I'm doing and why they should want to follow along. Well, yeah, people like me, people have fun with me, but I'm not doing a good job of explaining what it is that I do so they want to join me. When I do become assertive, that's when people want to join with what I'm doing. Like when I met Heidi. I met Heidi at a networking event for the Clay County Chamber of Commerce. And then I was putting together,
Wait. Shout out to the Finally Friday.
shout
Shout
out to
out Finally
Finally
Friday.
Friday.
Finally
Oh,
Yes, Finally
Friday.
yeah.
I've
Friday.
been there.
If you're ever in
Well,
Jacksonville, well, Clay County, whatever, like close enough. Come check out the Finally Friday. Okay, so anyway,
okay. So
over.
I met Heidi and I just felt her energy. So when I was planning a Toastmasters event, I needed people to be contestants in a contest, a speaking contest. And I asked Heidi if she would. And guess what? Heidi won.
Yes. Woo!
She did. But then it gets better because I just had this brilliant plan to do a retreat. And I said, Heidi, I've been thinking about doing a retreat. Would you? Yes. I don't think I even got the
Yes.
whole question out. And that's how this all started.
That's right. Like I think it's just really beautiful because I mean before COVID, I don't know, I feel like maybe I had met you, Francine, through networking because I was working for a company where that's where I learned about networking meetings for the first time. I'm like, whoa, well, you're telling me business owners get together like in big meetings and eat like breakfast and coffee and like talk about each other and stuff. Like that's a thing. Yeah. And turns out like it's a thing for creatives too. So, when you're building your network, really think about like what kind of people are either going to be good for collaborations for you, kind of like what we're talking about here so far, but also maybe like who has like the audience that you want to get in front of. So which groups are those? And so in Jacksonville, I found that there's a couple musician networking groups and they meet in a quiet place, not trying to meet and talk and scream over music, which is not that easy, but get a bunch of musicians together so we can all just meet each other and talk and hang out. And I think it's been a really great way to bring musicians together because Jacksonville is a really big city and be able to learn about each other's projects and then figure out, hey, like Francine was saying, we found out we both wanted to do a retreat. That was pretty easy. So
Right.
when you start to have these conversations when you're out networking, you start to find out who has the same goal as you do. And when you find somebody that has that same end goal, it makes it a whole lot easier to work together to get there because both of you have the same desire and skin in the game to get it done. So that means you're actually going to have a partner that works, which is incredible.
Yes. Oh, I
Yes.
have got to share this. In Finally Friday, I also met Amanda, who owns Into the Looking Glasses, which is where my event is Saturday. But the greatest thing about this, and I never ever thought about it, was she is an optometrist for children, and I write children's books. What a great networking match we have made because I go and I do story hour in her store and we share audiences. So the people I invite to come and see Princess Francie tell a story are also the people who have children who want to buy glasses from her. So you Heidi networks with other creatives and singers, but what if Heidi found someone who owned a venue to network with?
Yeah.
Or what if she found a wedding planner to network with who wanted to hire someone who played her kind of music? So think outside of the box when you're networking, because there are no other children's authors that I met in Family Friday, but I have a whole group of people helping me plan this event because we share the social capital together.
That's how it works for sure. That sounds like a breakthrough connection. When you meet someone and you're able to collaborate and create something new that benefits both of you. And I just wanted to share too that a great way to network is to be of service and to volunteer at events where you're going to find like-minded people that you can build with. So I have loved volunteering at the Timucua Arts Foundation here in Orlando, where I've performed and then able to meet people and follow up. They've come to see me at different shows around town, whether it's a jazz club or an outdoor festival. So we have a little bit of a following, people that would like to come out and support each other's shows. So that's a great place to meet people. Where can you volunteer and be of service in in areas of your interest, and you can build relationships from there too.
And you said the most important words there. Come out. I know, like, since COVID, we've all been scared and we've retreated and went and hid in our houses. And I love being a hermit, so I've thought it's great. But all of the cool stuff is happening out there. And when you show up in person, I feel like it has so much more impact. I met a lot of people online during COVID, and it was like a year or two before we ever met face to face. And yeah, we made like a great connection online, but when we finally did get to meet in person, that is when like we made some lasting relationships, right, Joanna? And
Absolutely. That's
and
our
so
story.
uh to to take advantage of networking. Find places where people are hanging out with the intention to meet other people. And as you hear their stories, you're going to find people where their story resonates with yours. And who knows what opportunity might come from that. So hopefully you guys loved this conversation and we take this online. I'll talk about that in a second. But first, I want to talk more about that in-person, make some real connection, show up stuff. We have an in-person retreat coming up at the end of January on the 31st. I got a video all about it. Hold on.
I'm Francine.
I'm Heidi.
Hey, I'm Joanna, and together
We're the Believe Sisters.
inviting you to join us at the Embassy Suites in Jacksonville, January 31st through February 2nd. We're going to turn your burnout to burning desire and celebrate creativity for ladies only. Because if you can conceive it,
You can believe it.
You can achieve it.
and so from the head,
To the heart.
To the hands.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Right. So, oh, I lost Francine. Hold on, let me put her on here.
Oops.
Even though we're blocking up her publisher's thing here. So that video was all about our in-person retreat, and this scene was actually supposed to pop up first. This right here is our website where you can find out everything about our retreat. You can also scan this little QR code here in the corner to get your tickets. And you can find out all about, ooh, I sounded Canadian there for a second. I gotta find the page. Here we go. You can find out all about our event, what you're going to do, what you're going to get out of it. If you'd like to be a sponsor, you can check out the sponsorship packages, and you can also find out how you can earn some money just by attending the event. It's at the Embassy Suites on Bay Meadows in Jacksonville, and all of that is on our webpage. And I think that I meant to have this QR code up right. Nope, I didn't have a QR code for that. I lied. Why don't you put the link in the
Already done.
excellent. See, it's
Yay.
teamwork. So now that we're done talking about that coming up, because we want to make sure you have it on your calendars, you have your tickets, we need to talk about this weekend. Francine, tell us about this weekend.
Yes. This weekend, Saturday, December 7th, at Into the Looking Glasses, Fleming Island. There's going to be storytelling. Princess Francie is going to wow the kids with a story about sparkle feathers and their adventures. And there's going to be other authors there so you could see what other local authors are writing about. There's going to be a hot dog cart and Toastmasters. The Believe Sisters will be there. And there's going to be axe throwing from Live by the Axe. D.I. Renee Creations will have some elf costumes there. They're really cute. If you want to buy some Christmas presents, it'll be a great place. There's going to be stained glass and homemade soap and all kinds of stuff. And most importantly, we're going to have some fun. And the best part, my publisher is coming out and making a book of the event. So please stop by and have your picture taken for the book of Smiling Faces in Northeast Florida. So we could celebrate all the great stuff that's happening right here at home.
That sounds fantastic. Saturday's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Yay. Friday the 13th.
Yay.
Asbury Arts Center in Green Cove Springs, Florida. I look forward to that live event. I will be there. We're going to have an exciting day. It's wonderful when we believe sisters, when we show up, we show out, and we bring the energy. I can't wait. We have a demonstration, don't we? Of some type of dancing or Zumba or something.
Zumba.
Yeah, Zumba, the Asbury Arts Center. That's going to be great. So you see,
And
we're here.
then
We're going to engage. We have 2 weekends in a row: a Saturday, the 7th, and Friday, the 13th, where we are going to be live and in person. So I would just love to know who's interested in joining us in the Jacksonville, Florida area, or who knows someone.
don't
That would be
forget
great.
the sip and throw. We'll be throwing axes at Live by the Axe. Come watch
Here we go.
Princess Francie. Come watch Princess Francie miss the target every time, and we'll get a good laugh.
That video last time was so cool. Chop and chat. I like that. Chop and chat. I can't wait to throw an axe. I've never thrown an axe before.
Then once you master the axe, then she brings out the long-handled axe, and once you almost tip over while you're trying to throw that, then she brings out the garden trowel, and I'm like, I could kill someone with my garden tools, really? And then she comes out with like the was it a sword? It was like a sword or something. And then I
Woo!
saw somebody throwing a spear. Like this place is so cool, you guys. And what a better thing to do on Friday the 13th. I mean,
Oh, yes.
besides
Perfect
that, it's
timing.
a fundraiser as well for making dreams come true. And, they make dreams come true for kids that are not going to be here for very long to make those dreams come true. So it's a pretty special organization. So come out, learn more about them. And the Belief Sisters are going to be there Friday the 13th. Come dance with us. Come chop with us. Good.
Great
Okay.
variety. That's going to be a great
Well,
day.
let's just check the chat. No questions for us. So I just want to remind you all that we have an online community. You can get there um, through our website. And then I'm also going to put this QR code right here. Yes, you could scan it right there and go to our community. For every episode that we do, we start a new channel and we're starting a conversation in there. So, as we keep talking about these topics, like things are going to cycle back through again. And so, we're going to keep all of these topics alive because really they're always evolving. There's always kind of stuff changing with it. And a lot of these things are going to be the same for all of us, all of these struggles that we have. So join our Believe community. Come join the conversation. Fortunately, this stream goes so fast in 30 minutes. I just don't.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next week we are talking about how to use social media effectively as a creative, and I think it's a great conversation for us to be having after this networking conversation because I believe that your social media is just an online reflection of what you would be doing in person. And for me, that was a big piece that I missed. So I was not being very effective at it at all. I can't wait to talk about this topic.
Totally. I'm a work in progress with social media and my relationship. So
I
we'll
would
see.
love for people to come into this conversation with us so we can feed off of other people's knowledge on this. Would anybody out there like to come join us and talk about how they use social media and teach us some new tricks?
That's going to be my
That
ask.
would be really awesome.
I will ask. Let me find someone to join us.
We're putting it out there on the waves right now. Like, if you know someone, they know about the social medias, they know about the strategies, have them contact us. We'll get them on the show next week. We would love that.
Let's
All right.
network. Let's do some networking.
We
Oh my
celebrate
gosh,
each
it's networking. We're
other.
doing it.
Podcast appearances and streaming appearances, that's a powerful way to network for sure.
Yes. Okay, wait. Before we take this out, I almost forgot. Today is a very special day. It is my father's birthday. So, happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, Heidi's dad.
He's
Yeah,
the
I
one
hope he
that
watches.
he's the one that gave me the nickname Heidelin. So, here we are. Here we are now. So, thanks, Dad. Happy birthday. And with that, Joanna, take us out.
Yes, just remember, ladies, that if you can conceive it, you can believe it and therefore achieve it. So, with the head,
To the heart.
To the hands.
yes,
Yes,
you
you
can.
Yeah.
can.
You can do it, ladies.